video, I'm going to rank all the Warhammer abominations I have ever created, including my Simpsons Tyrant army, my Nintendo Tyrant army, and some questionable other candidates. And with that, my name is Kiddo and welcome back to my channel where I turn grey boring plastic into something colorful. Okay, I have all my Warhammer miniatures on my phone and you're gonna see them on the screen, and I'm going to rank them into the following categories. S tier, the Emperor's Delight. A tier, Heretical Heap. B tier, Bold Blasphemy. C tier, Chaotic Catastrophe. D tier, Abysmal Abomination. And the last one, Absolute Warp Slob. I got me a nice coffee. We're ready to go. Man, let's get cooking. And we're going to start strong with the Bowser Termagant. I started painting Warhammer miniatures by just going into my local store and grabbing the starter pack, and it included 20 Termagants. Painting Warhammer can be a little bit overwhelming at the beginning. So I was like, okay, maybe I could paint the miniatures in a color scheme I already know, because this is gonna be a little bit easier for me than to just adapt to the grim dark of the far future. I decided to paint Bowser Termagant. I love Bowser Termagant still. As you can see, the paint is too thick. I had no idea what I was doing. I like the yellow color scheme. Definitely a color scheme I would totally recreate, and I would totally make a whole army, like a whole Bowser army. That would be so cool. I think I would rate Bowser in tier A. It's not an S tier abomination. When I'm thinking about that I painted him at the very beginning of my miniature painting journey, yeah, I think it turned out quite well, so I was super happy. So yeah, I think I'm gonna rate him tier A. Yay! Oh man, this was so much fun. Next one. Okay, the next one is my Venusaur Tyrannofex, and this is a miniature I painted 100% from start to finish on stream. I'm pretty sure it was one of the first miniatures I actually added a 3D print to. I also started 3D printing right after I started painting Warhammer, because I was like, oh my god, there's like a whole new world. A whole new world. Okay. Of things I can print, and I can be even more creative. This miniature grew very dear to my heart. I tried out so many different new techniques. I used glazes for the flower, and I also 3D printed a little ash. This is an S tier. Yeah, cool. Next we have Charmander. This is also a Pokemon Warhammer miniature. For this miniature, I tried to create flames out of hot glue. In total, I wouldn't say that the miniature looks good, because it's just so simple. And I think I could have done a little bit more, you know, color variations, more highlights, but I had no idea what this was. I had no idea how to do this. He's not Warp Slob, but maybe I would put him into the D tier, Abysmal Abomination. I like him, and I think I like the fact that I tried to do something creative with the base, and I also like that I, you know, tried hot glue, for example, and just create textures, but at the same time, I think it's just a little bit too simple and too meh. So, sorry, Charmander. Okay, next off we have Yoshi Termagant, and he is still one of my favorite miniatures. I think the color of the actual Yoshi is way more, like it pops way more and it's more neon, but I went for like a darker color scheme. This was the first time I tried to fit my idea to the grim dark of Warhammer. I tried to make it a little bit, like dull it down. I had so much trouble 3D printing the egg for Yoshi for this miniature. And after I think 12 failed prints, I was like, no, I just have to get on with it. I'm going to make this egg out of sculptor mold. And it looks like it. It definitely looks like it. It looks like absolute shit. I think the egg made the Yoshi a little bit, you know, jinky, but I 3D printed another egg some weeks later. This is the end result with the actual egg. I had so much fun doing this miniature, and I would put him into the A tier. Heretical Heap, because it's just so cute and I love him, even though he doesn't have like the neon pop colors of the original Yoshi, but he's just a miniature you know, you have your favorite children, right? I like him more than the others, I'm sorry. The next one is Kirby. I like that he's pink. I like the base that is gold and the stars. But in my opinion, he's also too simple to be an S tier or an A tier or even a B tier. So I would put him into C tier. He's a chaotic catastrophe. I would say. But he's still super cute. Sorry, Kirby. Okay, next. Oh yeah, the next one is Blastoise, another Pokemon, and I would rate him instantly an S tier. Because this was the point where I thought, ooh, I can use different pieces from different Warhammer boxes and put everything together. So I grabbed one of these types from the Space Marines part of the box and cut them out and just put them onto the shell of the Blastoise. They face the wrong side, but I didn't care. I thought it's so fun and I painted them silver. I also really like the line around the carapace. That was also a real challenge for me because it's just like super tiny and you have to be like super filigree with the brush. Yeah, I would rate him an S tier because it was so much fun. I didn't put any focus on the bases because I didn't know that was a thing. It was after people told me online like, hey, your base looks shit. I was like, huh? What? The base? What? You know, paint the rim of the base black and stuff like that. And I was like, oh, yeah, the base looks kind of bad. So maybe, no, I'm gonna rate him an S tier because he's a special boy. But yeah, I'm like a little bit of a minus point because of the base, but you know, we've gotten better at that. Okay, next one is Spyro. I love Spyro the video game. I've played it as a kid all the time with my little sister. I still play it when I have a hard time in adult life. It was so obvious to make a Termagant into Spyro because it's literally the perfect shape. I love the color, I love the purple. I also really like the little flame at the back of the tail. I made also out of hot glue. I like the transitions on the gun. Actually, for my skill level back then, that was kind of like I think I celebrated after. I was like, woo! You did it! So yeah, that was quite funny, but the wings are not so nice. I already had 3D printed a different miniature, the Lilith from Diablo, and I cut off or I clipped off her wings and put it onto Spyro. This is why it's so out of proportion. You can also see the clip marks. It's bad, really bad. He is not in the S tier. He's not even in the A tier. And I would say, is he B tier? I mean, that is very subjective right now. I would rate him a B tier just because I love Spyro so much. It's such a huge part of my childhood and I think he's so cute. I love the purple color scheme. He's a bold blasphemy. Cool. Okay, the next one is Raphael from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Got to be honest, it's not pretty. It's not so beautiful. I like the little pizza. Cut it out of a makeup sponge. I like the idea, I like the color scheme. I also like the bandage on the eye and the R on the base, but still very simple. It's not executed very well. I would put him into the C tier. He's a chaotic catastrophe. Don't worry guys, I recreated the whole Ninja Turtles at a later time in my miniature painting journey and they turned out so much better. And also I made Splinter out of a Skaven. Oh my god. This one is something special. Again, I made a Nintendo Termagant and at this point I was just making it as fun as possible. I made a Super Mario Termagant and well, something about this guy freaks me out so bad. This abomination has to be an S tier. It is what it is. It has to be an S tier. This is an absolute Emperor's delight. It is disgusting. It is ugly. It is so fucking ugly. And something about Termagants having like a Caucasian skin tone is freaking me the fuck out. It's so creepy. I would put him into S tier. I did a horrible job on him. It's so ugly. Get into the positive things and the list is very short so we can get over to the things that suck. I do love giving Termagants pants. This is my pet peeve. I love it. I won't stop. It's just so hilarious to me to give them little pants. And that's about it. I have nothing else positive to say about him, to be honest. He's fun, but he's also super fucking ugly, which I love about him. Where do I begin? The blending is horrible. The colors in general are fitting to the actual Super Mario Gaunt, but the M on his whatever that is, like carapace, is crooked as fuck. The gun is just silver, so boring. But at this point, I have no idea how how I felt comfortable posting this. Yeah, the base, I'm not even gonna talk about the base, and the mustache is actually parts of the base I ripped off and painted brown. This is rude. This is actually ridiculous. So yeah, I would put him in S tier. Absolute Emperor's Delight. He's such a pretty boy. And I'm so proud to be his creator. Oh my god. I'm kind of reacting to this chronologically, so you see the worst abominations first and they're getting a little bit better. Until the end, so let's hope for the best. So I made a radioactive leaper. I love the color scheme. I also tried out enamel washes for the first time, which was super fun. I 3D printed this little barrel, and I think the radioactiveness suits this leaper so much. I think I would put him in A tier. This is something I really love, and it's getting a little bit more grim dark, as you can see. So yeah, I like him. Ooh, okay, the next one is one of my favorites. I love Crash Bandicoot, and it's such a fun game, and I've played this with my little sister as well all the time. So I just had to 3D print the Uga Uga mask and also the little TNT box. Oh my god, I remember after school we were running home to play Crash Team Racing. It was so fun. The colors look a little bit too glossy in my taste. Other than that, I totally love it. I love the color scheme, I love the orange, the mask. It was so fun to paint, and it's just so colorful and just, you know, connected to some very fun childhood memories I have with my little sister. And yeah, I'm not getting emotional. Bro. Literally rating Warhammer Miniatures. Why am I crying? Ugh. But anyway, I would rate him an S tier. I love him so much. As I said, it's not very well executed and there is no black rim around the base. It's not very clean, but it's just something that means something to me, and that's nice. Ooh. Okay, the next one is a Pokemon again, and I thought Scyther would be so fitting for Von Ryan's Leaper, and I gave him wings. I had no idea what I was doing. As usual, I think the result looks dope. I would be super scared of a Tyraniid with wings. I put a little Pokeball on the bottom of the base. This is when I thought maybe I could get better at basing. That was nice. Okay, so the next one was actually a request. One of the disturbing requests you guys had was Wario from Super Mario, obviously. I 3D printed a hat and a mustache this time. I 3D printed the mustache, it's not basing material anymore. It's just, okay, so again, a miniature with a Caucasian skin tone, absolutely horrifying. When I 3D printed the mustache, it also had a nose attached, and it's actually the shape of the nose of Wario. And I put this onto the Termagant and I was laughing my face off because it looked so hilarious. Oh my god, he looked like a clown. It is an absolute abomination. I don't even have words for this. I'm not even sure if I can rate him. Is he so ugly that he's an Emperor's Delight? Or is he warp slop? I'm gonna leave that to you guys. I have no ability to rate this guy. My next abomination I created is Sonic. Sonic was actually so fun to do. Again, skin tone on a Termagant. Absolutely terrifying. He looks cute. I like the color scheme. I decided to 3D print some rings for him, put them on both sides of the base, and I also put gold onto the base, a varnish, and then Citadel and Mordant Earth. The gold that is coming through the cracks looks so pretty in my opinion. I really like him. I would rate him an A tier. Heretical Heap. Yeah, I like him very much, and I think he looks absolutely terrifying. Okay, so the next miniature is Splinter from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and this was the time where we created the Ninja Turtles. This is the final result. I love the little pizza on the flag. I also tried to create some shadings on the flag. It was really, really difficult, but it was such a fun color scheme. I would rate them an A tier. It was so fun to paint them, and also to see all the Ninja Turtles together with Splinter. It was just so fun and so nice, and I had an absolute blast, and I would do it again. Okay, the next Nintendo character, it's Toad. I think he looks so cute, giving him white pants. The blue carapace with the yellow line is just so fun. And I mean, the mushroom head, I just love him so much. I also played my very first Warhammer game with my Nintendo Turret army. If you want to see how it turned out, you can watch it here. It was such an absolute blast. Yeah, I would definitely rate him an A tier. I love him. He's so cute. Simple but cute. My god, I almost forgot about all these. This is so funny. We are still in the starter box and I painted a Termagant in the style of SpongeBob. The miniature itself is quite simple and I would rate him maybe a C or D, but all the 3D prints that surround the SpongeBob Termagant make him just so much fun to look at, and I think it kind of saves the miniature. So in my opinion, the SpongeBob Termagant is maybe a D tier, including Patrick Star, the Pineapple House, and also Gary. I would rate him a B tier. He's really fun to look at. So yeah, when I was playing my first Warhammer game with this army, every time I moved my Termagants, I had to move all his entourage, the house and the Patrick Star. It was so funny. Okay, next one. I turned an Venusaur assassin into an alien from Mars Attacks, and it's so freaking creepy. I made the head out of Eva foam as well, like this huge brain. Added a pigeon to the end of this laser beam, and this pigeon I got from the Saint Celestine box, from the adapter box I still had in my cabinet. Yeah, it was just so fun to paint, and I also learned something new because I was focusing a little bit more on highlights. So I would rate this definitely an S tier. And I was super lucky to get a message from AlphaSpell in Stockholm. They are now in the cabinets of AlphaSpell. So if you're in Stockholm and you want to see this in person, you can do so. Yeah, I'm super happy about this miniature. It was really fun to do, and yeah. Okay, so let's jump a little bit into the future. I painted Termagants again in the style of the Simpsons, and I made Homer Simpson, I also made Bart, I also made Maggie. There are a lot of Simpsons characters that are still missing and I'm on it, but I also made Marge, and this was the first Simpsons character I painted. It's so bad. It's just, if you want to have a good laugh, you can look at this miniature and this is just for the sake of fun. I would definitely 100% rate this a warp slop because it looks so horrible. But the other miniatures, the other Simpsons miniatures, I think look pretty cool. I would definitely rate them an A tier. Maggie I would rate a B tier or maybe a C because it's like a sloppy paint job. But I like the little tree stump she's sitting on, and she looks like really bossy, like she's up for some trouble. I'm going to paint a lot more Simpsons characters in the future, but this was so funny and definitely a different rating between these three miniatures. And these were by far not all the unhinged Warhammer miniatures I've ever painted, but I'm going to show you in part 2 of this video, and trust me, they're getting more insane with every miniature. So if you don't want to miss out, make sure to like and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to always stay chaotic, and see you in part 2 of me rating my most unhinged Warhammer miniatures. See you in the next video. Bye! Tschüss! Auf Wiedersehen!